The following is a redesigned version of the video, What is Bloom's Digital Taxonomy? By Common Sense Education. In this redesigned video, I use the following principles. There is only one message per slide, and to avoid the redundancy effect, the slides do not use full sentences with audio, but rather there are bits of text and an image. To limit viewer overload, I avoided colors such as red, orange, and yellow, and used a dark background. I reduced the size of the headlines, increased the font size, used contrast and motion to highlight what viewers should be focusing on, and limited the amount of objects per slide. Most educators are familiar with Bloom's taxonomy, a model that classifies different levels of human cognition, thinking, learning, and understanding. It is often used to guide the development of curriculum, assessments, and instructional strategies. But how is this model affected in the age of digital technology, and how might it change instructional design? Let's take a step back. Bloom's taxonomy was created in the 1950s by educational psychologist Benjamin Bloom and his colleagues. The lower levels, knowledge, comprehension, and application, are the basic levels of cognition. They are called lower order thinking skills. These include concrete thinking, memorization, and understanding. The upper levels, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation, are higher order thinking skills. They include abstract, critical, metacognitive, and creative thinking. Some have compared the model to a mountain or a stairway for setting learning objectives and designing learning experiences to guide students to higher levels of thinking. In the 1990s, David Krathwohl, one of the original authors, and Lauren Anderson, a former student of Bloom's, led a group who updated the model. To make the model more relevant to 21st century learning, one of the main changes was updating the nouns in each level to action verbs. This change makes thinking an action-based process rather than a passive acquisition. For example, knowledge was replaced with remember, and analysis was changed to analyze. They also reordered the last two steps. Evaluation was moved down, and creating was moved to the top. With these changes, educators have many different verbs, questions, and instructional strategies for each level. There have been many iterations and metaphors for Bloom's taxonomy, including an orange, where the 6 levels are distributed more equally. Moving cogs, representing a system in which creation is dependent upon all the other levels. Or a flipped pyramid with an emphasis on higher order thinking skills. Because technology affects this model, consider it as Bloom's digital taxonomy. The updated version expands the skills in each level as technology becomes an essential part of learning. New action verbs can be applied in each level. Let's take a look at creating, where learners are designing, inventing, or constructing a piece of work. One could add new digital verbs to creating, like blog, remix, or program. These verbs incorporate technologies which students are creating. Adding digital verbs also promotes 21st century skills like communication, collaboration, creativity, and critical thinking. Aligning them with technology tools can foster each level. For example, using apps and websites that help students remember, like flashcards or drill and practice tools. There are tools that help students analyze, like reading charts, graphs, or mind maps. Or tools that support student creation, like producing, podcasting, blogging, coding, and editing. The focus should not be on the tools themselves, but on how the tools can be used to transform student learning at different levels. So, as we weave technology into teaching, ask yourself, how can the tools we use support different cognitive levels? Which tools help with lower order thinking skills? and which can challenge higher order thinking skills. Just imagine how this new model can help us find ways to design technology-rich and challenging learning experiences